Welcome to Shakespeare, the sonnets. Today we're doing sonnet number 94. Let's get this started with. They that have power to hurt and will do none, that do not do the thing they must do show, who moving others are themselves as stone, moved cold and temptation slow. They readily do inherit heaven's graces, and husband nature's riches from expense. They are the lords and owners of their faces, others but stewards of their excellence. The summer's flower is to the summer sweet, thou to itself it only live and die. But if that flower with base infection meet, the basest weed outbraves his dignity. For sweetest things turn sour by their deeds, leaves that fester smell far worse than weeds. Interesting sonnet, my friend would say. Well, here we go. They that have power to hurt and will do none. These people, you are in the realm of people who have big power, show off their power, but they won't use it for bad. At least they say they won't use it for bad. And that do not do the things they must do show. They go ahead and do things that they probably shouldn't be doing, and then they do show things that they should be doing. But then again, it's pretty lacking. Who moving others are themselves a stone. Who, as we say, move others. That actually goes ahead, and they themselves are stone too. They went ahead and tries to move others, but then again they don't budge, and he doesn't budge either. So they're both stone people fighting to turn the other into clay. Unmoved, cold, and to temptation slow. He's unmoved, and his temptation is terrible. The only temptation he has is of himself. And he's very, very, very cold. He has no feelings, at least if he does, he doesn't show them. And he will not hesitate to do something that will benefit him. They rightly do inherit heaven's graces. He does rightly do inherit what heaven goes ahead and shows off his things too, like what heaven's given his beauty too. And husband nature's riches from expense. And his husband's nature actually comes from riches from his expenses too. He manages prudently all of his losses. They are the lords and owners of their faces. And they are the lords and owners of his faces, his keys to power. Others but stewards of their excellence. There are others but stewards of their excellence. They're custodians of his excellence too. The summer's flower is the summer sweet. The summer's flower is what makes the summer sweet. Thou to itself it only live and die. But then the flowers never last forever. But if that flower with base infection meet, the basest weed outbraves his dignity. But when that flower starts dying, the basic weeds goes ahead and instead of using his dignity a lot. For sweetest things turn sour by their deeds. Lilies that fester smell far worse than weeds. So that last part is saying that flowers themselves will die eventually. And let's say you are a flower. Your bad deeds is what makes you rotten. The leaves start drooping down. And then later on, that smell you get from dead flowers, that is far worse than smell from the weeds. So you have become worse than the weed. And that's sonnet number 94. Interesting sonnet when you ever ask me. But there are a few things that I really have to mention here too. They do have the power to hurt people, but they won't do anything. They do things. At least they show that they do things too. But it's just words, people. It's just words. And so with that, we have ended sonnet number 94. I hope to see you guys soon. Until next time, Sean. Peace. Bye-bye. They that have power to hurt and will do none, that do not do these things, they most do show, who moving others are themselves as stone, unmoved cold and to temptation slow. They rightly do inherit heaven's graces, and husband nature's riches from expense. They are the lords and owners of their faces, others but stewards of their excellence. The summer's flower is to the summer sweet, thou to itself it only live and die. But if that flower with base infection meet, the basest weed outbraves his dignity. For sweetest things turn sour by their deeds, lilies that fester smell far worse than weeds.